There isn't a word in the English language, as far as I know, that means that thing where you discover late in life that you like tulips after all. But I could use that word to describe myself. I was a lifelong non-fan of the tulip. I can't really account for it, something about the shape maybe. And then suddenly, and for no particular reason, last spring, the veil fell from my eyes, and now I am a tulip superfan. I love the purity of their color, I love the variety, I love the vibrancy, and I love the shape too, the bell-like simplicity, the cleanness of the lines. I hope if the Dutch tulip craze of 1620 comes back around again, I am all in. Never mind crypto, I'm in. The tulips are in full bloom here at UUI, as are the daffodils, whose sunny cheerfulness was name-checked in our chalice lighting words today. The violets are out. I want to thank the many volunteers who were out caring for the grounds yesterday. Let's give them a hand. There will be another grounds party next Saturday, yes, and I hope that you will consider lending a hand. It takes a village to maintain our beautiful campus. And the reemergence of the tulips and the daffodils with their brilliant and energetic hues are a reminder that, in the words of our poet Gerard Manley Hopkins, nature is never spent. Nature is never spent. There lives the dearest freshness deep down things. However we trod over the earth in our unfeeling, shod human feet, whatever our transgressions against life and the great fabric of life and the great web that holds us, nature is never spent, and life is resilient and patient and ever waiting to spring forth anew. And I hope you will take a minute today to appreciate the flowers around our campus who are on the campus. And from wherever you are, I hope you will take a minute today to connect with something that is green and growing or something that is colorful and joyful. We need reminders in our life that joy is an ever-present possibility, and that resilience and creativity is imprinted into the nature of things, including in the nature of us. The Easter story, celebrated in the Christian tradition today, and also on different days in different Christian traditions, is a celebration of resilience. It is a celebration of the persistence of life in the face of death. And it is a celebration of the persistence of community in the face of oppression. In this case, the Jesus movement, which should have been stamped out, was certainly intended to be stamped out by the Roman authorities, but which somehow survived. And it is one of the great ironies of history that that same Jesus movement was later co-opted by those same authorities who seek to stamp it out, and it has struggled with this duality ever since, playing the role of both liberator and oppressor at different times in history and for different peoples. But the meaning of the Easter story itself is that life persists beyond death, and that love is more powerful than hate and fear and all of the arrayed forces of empire. Love is more powerful than all of that. And the Easter celebration also bears, of course, the imprint of its pagan roots, so it is a celebration of fertility, of creativity, and of the earth. The poet Mary Oliver reminds us of the saving power of our connection to the earth, which is a connection to the rhythms of life itself. She writes, "When I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, especially the beech, the oaks, and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness, I would almost say that they save me, and daily." And one of the saving messages of our tradition of Unitarian Universalism is indeed that the earth is glad of your presence. The earth is glad of your presence. You are life's gift to life, unique and irreplaceable. You are meant to bloom. You are meant to shine. Brilliant and vibrant as the tulips and the daffodils and the violets, resilient as life itself, there lives the dearest freshness deep down in you. And one of the present aims of our living tradition, the way we understand it today, is that we will build communities of resilience and resistance, where all people are afforded that dignity and that opportunity to bloom and to shine. Unitarian Universalist minister and religious educator Nita Penfold has a poem called First Day of School. It reads, no matter what they tell you, let it be about joy. Let it be about the sacred self surviving, no thriving, shining its way to the wisdom within. Let it be about blooming, the unfolding of the universe through you, because the story of you begins 15 billion years ago with that first flash of being. Everything connected, everything possible, made of stardust and moonshine as we all are, let it always be about your shining. Suzanne, our director of Lifespan Religious Exploration, has a button that she lent me, a pin that she lent me for today's service. I'm afraid it's been covered up with the stole, but it says, let trans kids bloom. And in this moment, specifically in this moment, as part of this service, I want to say that loudly and clearly, and I hope you will hold those words in your heart. Let trans kids bloom. In Indiana, let trans kids bloom. Let all of our children know. Let all of our children know you have come into this world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light, and to shine. And then for all of us, let this be our prayer and our commitment. Where there is ignorance and fear, let knowledge and wisdom bloom. Where there is violence and hatred, let peace and reconciliation bloom. Where there is poverty and discrimination, let justice and equity bloom. Where there is oppression, let freedom bloom. Where there is isolation and suspicion and the illusion of our separateness, let compassion and community and connection bloom. And where there is weariness, let joy bloom. Like the tulips and the daffodils, opening our hearts to beauty and possibility. Let this be our dream, our hope, and our promise to each other and to the world. In the words of Reverend Teresa Soto, all of us need all of us to make it, and all of us are meant to bloom and to shine. Let that be the wish we carry on our hearts wherever we go. May it be so, and amen.